This video is about forecasting company sales using data analysis. We need to install Jupyter Notebook to run the code. Python language is used to write the code for this project, and we need to install or import the datasets from the internet, and we need to import the Python libraries at the first. And I took the data from the companies like cab companies, example Uber. Then we have to link the data with the online compiler, the Jupyter Notebook that we have used. This code will run on cell by cells, and this command will useful to get the top 5 datas from the datasets, and the next command df.tail is used to get the last 5 sets from the data. By this we can know the datasets are linked with the Jupyter Notebook, and we are able to extract the data from the datasets. And the next command we are writing that is useful to clear the null values from the datasets that we have downloaded from the internet, and this will remove all the null values that we found in the data. The next command that we are using from the libraries like Seaborn, that is helpful to give the color for the graphs. The graph that we are extracting now is for the number of cabs versus the purposes that our cabs are using for that. These are the this graph will show the number of purposes or the date that are using, and this next graph that is using the graph between the number the purposes that are using for for business purposes and the personal purposes, and number of cabs that are used for that purposes. And the next graph is for we are extracting the purposes, the values count, and when they are using and how for what purposes they are using the most cabs. This is the data that we extracted in the last pink color graph, a violet color graph. In the datasets we don't have the hours, minute and seconds splitting. We just have that the starting date and the ending date of the trip, and from that we need to extract we need to predict the dates by subtracting the starting date with the ending date. We can get the data like hours, minutes and days and weekends, months and time traveled between that starting date and the ending date. And now you can see that extraction from the tables that we have already splitted into forms. And in this graph we found that the purposes that are using at what hours and what weeks and what day of the week that are used mostly for the purposes. And we have to plot the graph between the number of miles that are that the cabs are roamed around the cities or the next command that are using is hours versus the number of trips that have counted in each and every hour in a day, trips per hour of the day. The graph is for count versus the each and every day in a month, and this will show the peaks hours and the date that are the cabs mostly used. And next one, the trips for day of a day in a week. This is also graph versus counts and weekends. And the next command is for days in a the trips per day in a month. How many trips that are the people has booked in each and every day in a month. That is the graph that is shown in the below. And the how many number of cabs that are booked in each and every month that we are showing in the next graph. And we used blue color to represent the graphs. The above graph is counts and number of trips that are booked in each and every month. And this graph is about the number of trips that are happening from a particular place in a cities. And now you can see that there is a lot of places that are booked, the cabs are booked, and the first place is showing the highest number of bookings. And the next graph is we are showing about to which destination place the most number of cabs are being booked. And from the info command we can get to know how many null values that are available in the given table, and the described table will explain about various things about this project.